Hello YouTube, I'm your Huckleberry, and this is the Giant Mouse Ace Iona. Ace Iona. Sorry, couldn't help myself. All right, let's get into some specs. We're looking at 7 inches overall with a 2.9 inch blade, 0.12 on the thickness there. We are looking at M390, fancy. M390 blade steel in a nice drop point shape with a flat grind and a really nice stonewash finish there. It's a good stonewash. We do have FRN scales over stainless steel liners, and it is a liner lock, as you can see there. I said stainless steel liners, that should be stainless steel liner, singular, not plural, because it's only on the clip side there where the lock is. Let's get a weight on this Ace Iona. Here we go, come on. And 2.6 ounces. So a nice light carry there. Nice light carry at 2.6 ounces. All right, let's do some size comparisons, shall we? Here we go. Let's do our... Oh, wow, that's embarrassing. Let's do our Spyderco sandwich. Couldn't get the knife open. Oh, my gosh. Oh, there it is. Misplaced my par 3. So here we go. It is definitely smaller than the PM2, and it is about on par with the par 3, but it's actually it's a little bit smaller than the par 3 there, as you can see. So there we go. There's that. Let's do, oh man, just for fun, let's do a Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch sandwich. How about that? Non-flippers, the both of them, because I'm a non-flipper guy. So there we go. So yeah, definitely smaller than the 3.5 inch XM18. In every dimension, it is smaller. So there's that. You want to do one more? Oh, let's do one more. Let's do, covering up my notes, that's not the smartest thing. Let's do the Kershaw leak. And there we go. There's a good comparison. Kershaw leak. If you have or have handled a Kershaw leak, this is going to be a similar size and weight to the leak there. As you can see, it's going to feel similar in hand as well. So, there we go. All right. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the pros and cons. What is the deal with the Giant Mouse Ace Iona? Let's talk about it. Okay, the pros. The biggest pro, I think, from this is the M390 blade steel for $99. That's right. M390 for under $100. You're not seeing that very much. You're not getting that very much. You're not getting M390 for under $100 in very many places, but you are with Giant Mouse. And this is, like I said, this is the Ace Iona. This is their Ace line, which is kind of their running production line. So it's ones, I believe they have a higher line where they kind of have limited production numbers that are going to be higher end materials, although it didn't get much higher end than M390, quite honestly. But M390 for under $100, which is just, that's fantastic. That's great. If you want to get into M390, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, Giant Mouse Ace Iona is what you need to be looking at. The FRN texture. Now, Giant Mouse is a collaboration between Anso and Voxnays. And so what you're getting here, they're 2 knife designers, very good knife designers. I like a lot of their designs. What you're getting here is kind of that Anso rock pattern scales that he uses a lot. He uses kind of what they call the Anso rock pattern on his scales. And so that's what you're getting here with this. You're getting that rock pattern on the M390 scales, which is nice. It feels good in hand. It provides some grip and some traction without being overly aggressive and digging into your hand or anything. Here it is in my extra large hand. This can be a 4-finger knife for me, as you can see there in the hammer grip. When I go to the saber grip, it is really a 3.5-finger knife for me. When I kind of pull back and get into more of a, what probably most of us use when we use our knives, most of the time is a saber grip. It kind of turns into a 3.5 finger knife for me. So you can see that there. But I mean, it's not bad all in all. Yes, I mean, you're almost 3 inches in the blade. And it is kind of slender in hand. My hand does it can swallow it pretty well. So I would call this on the slightly smaller side of knives, for me anyway. The wire clip, I love, love, love. It reminds me of Spyderco's wire clips, which are awesome. As you can see there, some of my favorite clips, wire clips. And it is a loop over, so it's a deep carry wire clip. No argument there. It is for right or left hand. Tip up carry, so that's nice as well. It's a left hand option. You got dual thumb studs, so it's a pretty good lefty knife. The only thing that's not going to be lefty is the liner lock, but that's okay. I'm sure most lefties are used to that. The fit and finish, really high quality, high end. No sharp edges, no hot spots. Feels good in hand. The ergonomics are good. You can see how it kind of arcs right there. Right kind of in the palm of your hand, where the palm of your hand's going to be. So it feels really good in hand. It has really good ergonomics. The blade shape, I really like this blade shape. It is, just kind of a traditional drop point, but it's done well. It is a really, really great utilitarian blade shape. So I like that blade shape. It came sharp. It's ground really well. That flat grind is done really well. And that edge, M390 gets pretty sharp when it's sharpened correctly, and this is definitely sharpened correctly, and it is, it's sharp. So that's good. It slices like a knife is supposed to do. It does its job. It slices. The action on it is nice. It's smooth. It flies out of there pretty well. It rides on phosphor bronze washers, as you can see there. And it opens, real quickly. It's a nice, smooth action. I haven't cracked this open and put any knife pivot lube or anything on it. This is just pretty much out of box. So that's good. It's a really nice action. Okay, there are a couple of drawbacks though. There is no jimping, and you guys know how I feel about jimping. I like some jimping, and there is no jimping. It's just smooth, and man, especially on a smaller knife like this, I do like some jimping because it just helps me, I don't know, I just feel more secure with some jimping up there, especially on a little bit of a smaller knife. So I wish it had some jimping up there. Not the end of the world, but I wish it was there. The lock bar access. Now the lock bar access has jimping on it, which is nice. I wish that jimping was up there on the spine, but you can see it there's not a lot of clearance there. It does not protrude very far at all, which you wouldn't want it to protrude too much, or it's going to affect the feel in hand right there. You might have a hot spot, but I would like it to protrude a little more than that. I really have to kind of squeeze the fat of my thumb down there and get that. I mean, like, again, not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit more difficult than I would like it to be. If maybe this scale on this side was cut away just a tad bit more, it would really help with that lock bar access. But as is, it's just a little bit difficult. Because I've gone where I'm using this knife and I'm doing my cutting, and then I go to close it. And if I'm not really paying attention, I've gone to where I go to close it and it just kind of slides off and I kind of miss, So I kind of have to really, really pay attention to what I'm doing there in closing that knife. And again, that's not a huge deal. It's kind of a nitpick, honestly, but it's just something to be aware of. It's something to be aware of. Overall, I like this knife. I do not love this knife. I do love that you get M390 for under $100. That's freaking fantastic. And that alone makes the knife worth it, in my opinion. The fact that you're getting that M390 from two trusted knife guys, who have started a company, they're Giant Mouse, who I've heard nothing but positive things from. So, you know, this is not just some fly-by-night Chinese company that, you know, it says it's M390, but it might not be, you know, because the price is a little bit too good to be true. No, this is coming from a trusted source. So you are genuinely getting M390 for under $100. And that alone, to me, makes this knife worth it, because you're not, I mean, you're just not out $100. I mean, you're not out a lot of money for M390. So even if you just want to try it, I think it's well worth it to just give it a try. And so overall, I like this knife. I do not love this knife. A little bit on the small side for me personally. That lock bar just annoys me. It's not that big a deal for most people, but it annoys me. And so, you know, overall, good but not great knife. Great steel at a great price, though. So if you're someone who really likes this size of knife, because this is a really good EDC size, quite honestly. You know, when you're talking about 7 inches overall and about a 3-inch blade length, that's about perfect for what most people need. That's going to be all most people ever need, is that right there for what most people, you know, use their knife for. For me, honestly, if this was the size of knife that I always had to carry, it would be fine. It would accomplish 99% of my task. I just have bigger knives because I like them, and I have bigger hands and they feel better and this and that. But a good knife, a really, really good knife at a really, really good price. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. If you hated it, go ahead, subscribe anyway, but go ahead and give me the thumbs down. That's fine. Write down in the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like, any questions, anything like that. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.